Hey guys, welcome to Lucky Lotus. My name's Brijesh.
I'm Jimmy.
This is episode 26.
26.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's been a while since we've actually shot an episode, so...
How old are you?
Now?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess everyone's going to know. Well, go and dox me.
Well, the episode that we record will be your golden episode, like your golden birthday. Like on your, if you're born on the 30th, your golden birthday is the 30th.
We've got 3 more episodes.
Year birthday.
We've got 3 more episodes. So
all right.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back.
Golden episode.
How old are you? 31?
Yeah, exactly.
You're 31? Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
okay.
31 will be my golden episode on here.
Yeah.
You'll have to dress in all gold.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Gold is really big in the Indian community.
It is.
Tell me about it.
So... I don't know what percentage of gold is in India, but
money.
Money. We love gold. We love our gold.
What is the Hindu word for money? Hindi.
Paise.
Passe?
Yeah.
Passe.
Paise.
Oh, real quick. You said
Paise.
quick.
Yeah.
Passe.
Paise. Peso. Pesa.
Are you saying, is it like peso?
Yeah. Yeah, close enough. Pasa,
Interesting.
peso. You're getting there. It's, I guess, you know what? I take my second language for granted. I know English is my second language. I take my first language for granted.
Well,
I should do a better job practicing it.
When Christopher Columbus showed up playing Fetty Wap on the Nina Pinta in Santa Maria,
Dude, it was over.
He was upset that he hadn't found India.
Yeah, I'm 100%. I can feel him there. Can you imagine getting off a ship?
I wonder if he ever made it.
I'm pretty sure he died. No, I'm thinking of Magellan. He's the one who circumnavigated, but his crew was one that made it back.
Circumnavigated? I didn't know we had an aristocrat here.
He circumnavigated the globe.
What's next? A medium rare steak?
Being an Indian? Yeah,
exactly.
100%. I love my steaks.
You're just waiting on the plebeians to construct your ivory tower to look down on them?
What do you mean waiting? It should already be done. Are you kidding me?
There we go.
Yeah.
Been a while since we've been together.
No, it has been. So what have you been up to in a couple of weeks? We shot our episode with the mayor. I've been trying. Future mayor. Sorry, let me correct that.
I've been trying to figure out where people could find us, which is X, Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Nice.
Instagram,
Nice.
TikTok, Patreon,
Rumble,
where you find podcasts. Little fun note before this: I'm really blowing Brijesh out of this room earlier. There's been some
give more context. Let's give a little more context.
There's been a little bit of what we'll say, some air in the room.
God, dude.
What's going on? Tell us about it, Brijesh.
Tell us about your air.
I'm running a little soundboard over here of flatulence.
So it's, oh my God. Thank God it does not stink. But every single time you've said, like, it's just the most comical sounding flatulence I've ever heard in my life. It doesn't help he's sitting on a plastic chair too.
We did one right before we started.
Short.
Right before we started recording, I ripped one that might have been about 20 seconds long.
And I was like,
I thought Brijesh was going to have a heart attack.
Here we are getting ready for the pod, and it's been about 2-3 weeks, and I just hear
maybe a.
No, I wish. Well, I didn't hear that one yet. I haven't heard that. Stick around. Maybe we'll hear that one too. If you ever see him adjusting in the seat, get ready. He's farting.
Or just the eye contact.
Maybe you should put like a little love or something down there.
Maybe I should get a donut. That way it really aerates out. Like sit on a donut like a trucker with hemorrhoids.
Oh, they do that?
Yeah, because they sit so prolonged in their seats that truckers have to sit on donuts sometimes if they have hemorrhoids, if they don't move around and get enough exercise. But like if you just get in and out of your cab, you're proning yourself. Anything that you sit on that's not comfortable. Like if you sit in movie seats a lot, or if you sat in like, anything, like any kind of car.
God, dude, do you think our ancient ancestors are worried about hemorrhoids?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I would think that they probably worry. They can't go to Walgreens and get something to help them with it.
Yeah, it's. I don't want to get too graphic, but aren't there like you need a doctor?
Yeah, there's no fixing it. There's no popping it and then going from there.
Yeah, it's. Oh, never mind. I don't.
That or like a toothache, like two things that I would hate to have in a ancient world, because then someone's like, put this onion and cow dung on your tooth.
That just unlocked a memory of mine. So I used to be a scribe at Methodist, and we were at Methodist Germantown. It was the night before Christmas.
All through the house, not a creature was stirring, but someone came in with something in their butt.
Yeah, 100% something. Someone came in with something in their butt. Not. I wasn't lucky enough for like a CT scan or anything like that. This was just a general case of hemorrhoids.
See, it's not like an episode of House. It's like an episode of TLC Emergency Room. And they're like, this guy comes in, he's got a towel over his crotch.
He's been sitting 6 hours in the waiting room anyways. So now he's like laying down, like pants off and everything.
This guy,
and his wife is just crying in a corner. He's not acting normal. He's acting different.
And she doesn't know.
No, she knows it's a hemorrhoid. I don't know how much I.
Oh, that's what. Okay, it's just a hemorrhoid.
And oh my god, it was so bad that he had to pop it. And then it was either a cyst or a hemorrhoid. I don't know.
Man, we've really lost our female audience in the first 20 minutes.
But it squirted, dude. It was a squirter.
Dude, stop.
Okay, so
we're gonna move on to
I hate the idea of having. I would hate having a hemorrhoid.
I want to give everyone the rundown of the episode. We're gonna go through some current events. We're gonna do boy bossing too close to the sun. We're going to talk about My Roman Empire, a segment where it's something like, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? How often do you think about this unique history fact? So you get to learn something. Then we're going to talk about the contest we have running. Brijesh will be able to orate that for everyone and not circumnavigate it like his topic.
As soon as you're done, I'll try to do the contest
you can hit
now.
it. And then we're going to wrap up with 6 big beers. And Brijesh has some test segments for us.
Yeah.
What are your test segments and explain them?
The first one is real facts with real guys.
We're
workshopping
the name of that.
And then the other one is Nostradamus.
Okay.
In this segment, we're just going to be talking about our future predictions. Only a week out, not...
but for the clip, tune in to check out the new segments.
Dude, I'm just scared if like one of our... if we do hit... I mean, this is like lightning in a bottle almost. But
I'll tell you what, I'd be real pissed if real facts with real guys takes off. I'll be real mad.
Real mad? Dude, come on, it sounds corny. That's why I went with it.
It sounds so hot. It just sounds so handsome.
Real facts, real guys, that's all it is. It's like a fun, quirky fact that we found out throughout the week. So it's just something you want to share. And I have something I want to share with the world.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, I do.
First,
I'm itching to share.
5-second moment of silence for Hulk Hogan. All right.
5 seconds.
We're back at it. Somebody can time us.
Yeah, that's not.
What were you saying?
So no, I'm just saying, thank you to Jimmy for letting me play around with these little, oh my God.
I had to let it go.
Oh my God.
I had to let it go.
And it didn't pick up. And this one,
I don't think so. I don't even know what's happening.
Jesus Christ. Calm down, dude. Okay. Let's get into it.
Cut it out later. We'll fix it in post.
Fix it in post. Dude. At least you're not taking the mic and putting it next to your butt. That'd be.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Sucks for a guest. But we have a third mic. Do you want me to plug it in real quick?
No, we'll be good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, quit wafting it, dude. Okay, so I don't know how we're going to segue into
current events. I got one.
Okay, hit us with yours.
All right, my current event, that is a lady in Virginia, I believe this week, she won the 4 out of the 5 jackpot lottery for the U.S. So everyone knows the jackpot, I think, got up to like $2 billion. You got all these losers online being like, you'll only take home $487,000 though after taxes in Virginia.
Yeah,
like that's what people say. That's not the right math. Don't fact check me on it. I don't know how much it would be, but anyway, she asked.
But it'd be a good chunk, right?
Yeah, this lady asked an AI service, "Hey, if you were going to pick 5 numbers for the lottery based on all of the lottery results for like say the last amount of time it can research that," it said, "What numbers would you pick out of the 5?" So it gave her 5 numbers. 4 out of the 5 numbers were correct besides the Powerball number. How much do you think she won?
If I had to guess, $49,000.
So with this lady letting Chat GPT guess, she won $150,000 from the lottery.
Liar, you lied.
No, I swear it's posted.
This follow-up question to that. Do you think she's going to buy the paid subscription to Chat? Or whatever AI service. And another follow-up question. Do you know Grok has a $300 a month super grok service now.
Grok heavy.
Grok heavy, dude. That's so insulting. I'll be honest with you.
I know someone used it to ask what the price of like future stocks and commodities would be, and I'm wondering if it's going to be accurate or not.
I bet they shut that down real quick.
We should ask Grok when the Rapture was. You know, we all missed the Rapture this week also in current events.
Yeah.
So I believe a guy in South Africa, a South African pastor this week, this guy said that you need to sell all your possessions because the Rapture is coming and it's going to be yesterday or today. Obviously, we're still here, so I mean, we must be some of the worst of the worst.
I think there's a better bet. What's going to happen first, GTA 6 or the Rapture?
Ooh.
We can put that on PolyMarket, see how that tests.
Another PolyMarket thing that we could talk about, just riffing off the cuff, is PolyMarket's got a bet.
Little nuts and bolts of the show.
PolyMarket's got a bet right now whether or not Tylenol will sue Donald Trump for everything he's been saying about autism, Tylenol, and pregnancy.
Yeah. Okay. What the Tylenol? Again, I've been taking extra strength Tylenol my whole life, so it goes to show.
What I'll say is RFK Jr., no matter how you feel about him, he doesn't get sued by people, and he's saying a lot of things, and he's he's got some facts behind him.
But isn't it also, if someone's building a case, doesn't it take years to come through and then?
Yeah, even if they started the suit now, it wouldn't be solved for like another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and then even with what RFK, I mean, of course, it's a great step, and I don't know if it's the right direction or not. Again, neither one of us are who's medically trained.
But what I can say is RFK Jr. is still getting the tetanus vaccine.
100%.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain stuff where it's like, you can do all the holistic, you can do all the alternative approaches, but at a certain point, you don't want rabies, you don't want tetanus.
So I don't know enough about his position, but he's always been on the side of like some vaccines are good vaccines, but it's when it comes to children's vaccines is what he's like really concerned about, and the dosage schedule.
Well, Jim Carrey, I believe, went on a talk show, and I can fact check this to make sure.
I've got a lot of laptops when you use something.
Check that Jim Carrey went on to talk about, I believe, vaccines. I believe in the 90s, they increased the number of vaccines that kids had to get like by a lot. And I want to say by like 30 shots or something. I could be making that up, but I know that there's been a lot of talk about it. And it was very funny. Like when I first started doing podcasting like 5 years ago with a buddy of mine, we had talked about how crazy anti-vaxxers were. And that just happened to be about 6 months before COVID took off.
Okay, so you said Jim Carrey goes on.
He was on a late night talk show or like CNN, and he was talking about vaccines. It's there has been a huge reversal. Dude, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. Okay, here we go. Do you hate that?
Yeah,
cut that.
I love that, dude. I love that so much.
Fix it in post-print.
Stop.
What did you find out, Brijesh?
So Jim Carrey went on Larry King Live, and he was just talking about the scheduled dosages of or the amount of vaccines that kids were getting and the scheduling of it.
Right. It increased, I believe, in the 90s or late 80s, early 90s.
And you were saying that on your previous podcast, you had a friend that...
we had talked about anti-vaccine in like 2017 and 18 and 19. It was like a 99 to 1% issue. It wasn't like anyone wasn't getting it.
It was like primarily on the left too. Everyone on the left, like whatever woke would be considered in 2017, 2018 that didn't want their kids getting vaccines.
It was like holistic. I like have a farm. I collect my own rainwater. I also didn't get vaccines. My kids get measles, mumps, and everything.
Dude, this could be studied in decades from now, how quickly the role reversal happened between two sides.
So like, not to say it's 50-50, but it's certainly not... 99, we should get vaccines 1. Like, there's people asking questions about it.
Because what is it? People on the left, like that completely it's disappeared. Any commentary I would hear about it has completely gone away from the left.
I know people don't want to talk about this or don't want to hear about this right now. But what I will say,
you're a straight shooter.
So we can move on to the next topic, is there's a fine line between everyone knows this is good for you, don't question everything, and then people bringing up facts and immediately getting shut down. And I think that we live in a world of free speech, and I'm happy that we live in America.
So far we do. I think we're probably...
So far, this guy's trying to topple democracy over here.
I am not trying
to
topple.
Where were you on January 6th?
India Palace.
All right, there we go.
No, so it's... the role reversal is crazy. And it's not... At the end of the day, do whatever you think is right, because who are we to tell you? We're not medically licensed. We don't have any real background vaccine or immunology.
I'm just reporting the facts that Jim Carrey said that on a show. RFK Jr. has brought it to the forefront of America. I'm just bringing it up.
But okay, so if we're gonna keep bringing things up, hasn't the rate of autism increased significantly since the 60s?
So that's because that's the same way of saying, like, has the world actually gotten hotter in like the last 100 years? Scientifically, yes, you would say that. So then has the rate of autism increased significantly, or was it just that people were not diagnosing it? It could have just been like, that's a weird guy back in the 50s.
No, okay, so it went from 150,000 people, one person would have autism, to now 1 in 32.
Right, but I'm saying the whole...
Because that's the
whole
biggest
premise
talking point. That's the biggest talking point that they use.
The whole premise was that who was out there diagnosing it in the 40s, 50s, and 60s?
Yeah, and there's a psychological, what is it? Oh my God, I'm forgetting the name of it. But it's what autism would have been considered back then too. Probably some just like, why would you diagnose it? Like nothing's wrong. He's just a little weird. He's a little awkward. That's about it. But now it's just like everybody there's a high chance that you know a lot of autistic people.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, there's nothing wrong with it. Maybe it could just be evolution happening in real time. We could all just be getting ready to be plugged into the matrix. And what the modern world really needs, an autistic army on the computer, is what we need to defend against any other cyber villain that we have.
Well, I know there's been a lot of talk about it this week, like saying that Tylenol could be linked to it, but I'd like to see the studies and the data that's with it and whatnot.
It's... when they went through the press briefing, the first paragraph was written by RFK, and then the second paragraph was followed up by doctors. Mm-hmm. You could tell like the big stark difference that there's also like they also presented this when counter arguments to this. There are studies that talk that don't say that I think it's just legalese way of saying that like, hey, Tylenol, you can't sue us.
Now I did see, and I was talking to someone about this before I came on the podcast. In 2019, the Tylenol account on Twitter tweeted at someone and said, Tylenol has not been tested on pregnant women in 2019.
You would think to test that on pregnant women.
You would think that maybe in the 70s, 80s, 90s, aughts, they would have tested it.
It's so with any drug that you're taking, you're gambling. And I'm saying like there's some higher risks with other drugs that you're taking, but I don't like anything off the counter like has to have some type of negative side effect to it. I know if you take too many, it can cause liver failure, like your kidneys can shut down, things like that. But
I think it's Tylenol is also the reason is the brand of drug that is the reason we have sealed caps on medicine. Did you know that?
I didn't, because wasn't it like I don't know if it was in the 80s.
They had somebody that was poisoning them, I believe, with cyanide.
Yeah,
so then they couldn't figure out who it was because they were putting a hypodermic needle through the seal that didn't exist. So then they started sealing medicine.
Which,
nice little factoid for us.
That's so crazy because I do remember something like that where the seal actually like came after what you said.
Yeah, it's like one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. No one knows who ever did it.
Probably Ted Kaczynski. Why not?
What do you got over there, big boy, for current events?
No, nothing. Well, I guess don't want to change the subject to something else a little darker, but
we'll talk about it.
Charlie Kirk, him passing away. There's been a lot of
what's
rumble.
this been now? This has been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
No. I think it's only been a week.
1 week? I don't know.
I think it's only been a week.
No way. It's been like four. It's been
a week and a half. Because it happened September 10th, and 2 weeks. I think.
Yeah,
right.
that would be 14 days.
Wow,
Brijesh. Thank you for
flying.
the math.
Time is flying. Okay. Well, yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
A lot of conspiracies thrown around.
Yeah. First things first. That sucks.
Time out. Let me ask you this: is the Charlie Kirk assassination? Do you think is our JFK moment?
I think it's being tried to turn into that. For a lot of people, I bet it is a JFK moment because none of us were around. Like our parents were alive when Malcolm X to RFK to JFK and Martin. How did I forget Martin Luther King? Oh my God!
I'm gonna say this, and I feel very confident when I say this. If you don't feel sad for Charlie Kirk or his family, but you are someone that's been saying that Jimmy Kimmel should get back on the air, I have no sympathy for you.
So you know what you're talking about right there? That's civility and decorum. Mm-hmm. And I think there needs to be a it's hard with the algorithms we live in now to have any type of civility or decorum just because it's not it doesn't get the clicks anymore.
Yeah.
There were people right after the assassination, not like his body's still warm. Follow me on my Instagram, follow me on my TikTok. Oh my God, Charlie Kirk just got shot. Guys, look, I'm reporting on it. That's the state of like the media that we're in right now.
Yeah, and it's kind of like you got to think that for kids like, let's say JFK Jr. and I believe he had a daughter.
Yeah.
Like they would have to see it once the Zapruder film got released. It wasn't like they were live replaying it. Like you can watch a live replay of the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Yeah.
I don't think we were meant to see
not
see
at
that
all.
over and over.
But multiple angles too.
Excuse me, I have the hiccups.
It's whatever happened. Like, of course, I didn't agree with all Charlie Kirk's statements, but at the end of the day, no one should lose their life over what their opinions are.
I mean, I think we had a conversation with a local politician that was there is absolutely no room for violence in the political theater.
Because then we become a banana republic
Exactly.
really quickly. It's just
If you have no rules, then you become animals.
100%. And then if that starts deteriorating right there, because there was another copycat shooter at a what is it? This is just came out today, but in Texas, someone was shooting at an ICE like detention center and ended up killing 2 ICE detainees. And on the bullets, it said anti-ICE. I'm pretty sure he wasn't trying to kill detainees, but ended up killing two migrants. It's just what I'm trying to say is that
wait, so because I don't know a lot about this. I saw this story.
Yeah, it's still developing.
Did he kill 2 ICE agents, or he actually ended up killing 2 people that were getting
so
processed?
far from Real Factor News, so far what they're reporting is that it's just 2 detainees, not actual ICE agents.
God.
So not that it would be amazing to kill the ICE agents either.
Well, no, I'm not saying that, but like he's killing the people that he's supposedly fighting for, right?
Yeah,
that's the whole point of them.
But that's the thing about violence. Once violence is introduced, all logic leaves. Like you've already lost the argument.
Yeah.
Once violence is introduced into any scenario, there's no more room for discussion. And once then we go into like rules of the jungle, which we fought really hard against to get out of that. Whatever it is, prayers for Charlie Kirk's family, and that's so horrific for your kids to see something like that happen.
I believe his wife's name's Erica. I feel really bad for her because, like, even for his like memorial and stuff,
It has to be televised.
It was televised. They had like a pyrotechnic rally, like it was a WWE event. It's like, let the lady grieve, and like if that's how she wants to grieve, that's fine. That's not necessarily what I would want, but who am I to judge?
Well, her speech. Did you get a chance to listen to any of
No.
that? So she was talking about Christ and how you should forgive, how she forgives the shooter and how she doesn't want the whatever the state decides, if death penalty or whatever.
I think it's poetic justice that Utah is one of the only states that still has firing squad for their death penalty.
Yeah, it would be poetic justice. But then now we get to the conspiracy angle of this.
Yeah, there's people saying, is he a patsy? Is the old man in the crowd, a patsy?
Yeah, so some of the conspiracies around Charlie Kirk's assassination, one of them being George Zim, Zinn.
Okay.
And so he apparently, as soon as Charlie was shot, he immediately got up and started saying, "I'm the one who killed him. I have the gun. I have the gun."
His pants fell off.
Pants fell off.
They know him as the old man with the pants off.
What's the probability of that happening? That's wild.
Yeah.
But this man, he has a prior history of showing up at events like this, where he's been at, apparently, and this hasn't been corroborated yet, but the 2001 when the World Trade Centers were 9/11 when that happened.
Yeah, 9/11.
Yeah. And then in 2013 when he was calling in bomb threats to the Salt Lake City Marathon.
Okay.
And now with something like this happening and
him being in the crowd of the Charlie Kirk assassination.
And we don't know what the probability of all these events happening is, but they're pretty extremely low.
Grok says that the probability out of 100% would be 0.00576%.
But it's what this reads to me
very low.
Was okay. You know what? If you really want to get into conspiracy angle, there was another angle that
Are you talking about? There's been a lot of talk
of conspiracies
about different shooters.
There
being a trap door underneath him.
How did he get to the roof in the first place? Why was that?
Or excuse me, an access point, just so everyone doesn't say it's on a trap door.
So how did he get onto the roof? What happened there? Why wasn't the footage released earlier? 20 minutes away. I don't want to get into too conspiracy.
Well, it's kind of like, everyone's, I think he's on suicide watch too at the prison. So it's kind of like, could it be a Jack Ruby situation?
If
like
something happens.
Ryan Ruth this week, the guy that tried to kill Trump at his golf course, he tried to stab himself in the neck with a pin when he was guilty.
I saw that. Yeah. And when the guilty verdict was given, and that was wild to see. Yeah, you're right. He could try to off himself. Why?
Right. He could try and off himself. He could get Epsteined.
Because apparently, so this wasn't Cash Patel's detective work that got this person caught. It was his father who convinced his son to like surrender or like turn himself into the authorities. And of course, we're getting a side tangent. Cash Patel is so corny, dude. He really lost.
You didn't like his Valhalla thing?
That was the corniest thing ever. Like, are you even like? I think, you know what? I take it back.
The biggest issue I have with it, whether it be on the left or the right, is everyone is politicizing this man's death for their own future.
100%. The most prominent person, Benjamin Netanyahu, immediately after hours of BB came on. He said, "I didn't do it." Like he came on and said that. Like no one even suspected that. I think that's what kind of drove the whole Israel side to it too. Like, did they do it? Did they? Was it a Mossad agent?
It's also led to a lot of protests internationally.
I can imagine. And then you were talking about a flashpoint. I think what all it shows is a look underneath the hood of how people actually feel. I think this has been brewing for a couple of years now. Ever since COVID happened, everything's gotten a lot more hysterical. I guess ever since Trump really came into office for the first time, things have been going down. And I'm not blaming Trump for this at all, but it's just like a very negative type of discourse is happening on social media.
Well, yeah, I talked to someone today, and it's like everyone can feel an existential dread that's growing in the background of America, regardless of how successful you are or you aren't. You can feel that it feels like at the seams it's about to break.
Yeah, and then it's just again, if you really have to boil it down, I mean, come on, it's the algorithms. It's been almost weaponized against normal people, and it's just we were talking about this. Most people should not have this much information being plugged into your brains.
Right.
It can cause. I mean, everything going on in Gaza right now, everything going on in Ukraine, everything going around in Nepal. It's just like so many things happening at one time.
We're just all hunter and gatherers getting 10,000 advertisements per day.
Yeah, and you're right. Like in the middle, it'd be like a bounty quicker picker upper.
But we should just be foraging for our families.
I mean, honestly, let's not return to that lifestyle.
Are we saying that the office 9 to 5 is like foraging for families?
At this point, yeah. Because imagine, dude, foraging for
See, the issue is I've got a hunter build. Brijesh is more of a hunter gatherer.
Yeah. We know how we're
That's a joke. That's a joke. Come on. All right. Let's wrap this up. What other current events do you want to talk about?
There's David. We could talk about that. Another dark. Did we finish all the conspiracy things?
I mean, we could go. There's endless conspiracies about the Charlie Kirk
It's
assassination.
Just, I guess if we're going to put a little stop or a bookmark in it, it's just...
We'll put a pin in it. We'll get back to it. We'll let you know next
extremely horrific event that a lot of people saw. A loss of life that should not have happened. And on top of that, information being just kind of put out there haphazardly without the full story. This is going to take months to actually get to the bottom of, in my opinion, because there are a lot of inconsistencies. And I think that's also like Cash Patel's fault too, and how like late he was in like showing information, like sharing with the public. And then that just feeds the rumor mill, because apparently how could he have been at the Utah like shooting or like Utah like campus when he was at Dunkin' Donuts right across town?
We can keep going about
I know
the
we can.
Okay. But I'm just saying, I just want to let you know, I personally have one brewing right now, and I'm holding it in.
Okay. Oh my God, what do you want to do with it?
I'm holding it in.
Okay, you promise?
Yeah.
Okay, he said it. Chad, he said it. Don't.
We pinky promised. He thought I was trying to get me to pull his finger.
I know you are.
All right.
Okay, so back to another current event. David, a prolific rapper or artist,
what is the guy's rap name?
David is stylized as D4VD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so DVD. That's actually
I thought it was DVD. I thought his name was DVD. So you're talking about the guy that ended up not knowing why there was a body in his Tesla.
Yeah, and then on Spotify, he gets about 35 million. I'm not trying to plug this dude whatsoever, but because it's
what's his SoundCloud link?
Yeah, SoundCloud link. But it's like he's a famous artist. Like 35 million listens every single month.
Yeah, I thought someone had possibly. We'll finish it.
But whatever it is, it's allegedly he's been accused of this. It hasn't all the facts haven't come out yet, but it's pretty damning when the Tesla you rented in your name is in a car impound, and they find a dead body. And the last person
in the frunk.
Yeah, and oh my God, was it a frunk?
Yeah, it was in like the frunk of the car, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's so sad. Because wasn't she like 14 or something?
Yeah, and it was like the smell was so bad they got contacted.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my God, dude. It's
I believe there was also a theory that someone identified her on like a live stream, like with him.
live stream, and then apparently there was a picture
Allegedly.
circulating. They had the same tattoo on the middle finger. Whatever it is, another like video came out of a teacher that taught Celeste, and that's the girl's name, and he was just warning all the kids that like, hey, this can happen. This happened in LA. This can happen to any one of y'all. These people can reach out. It is scary, but like, what do you do in a situation like that when someone famous? I mean, come on, if you and I, if Celine Dion, would it be who was hot in our time?
Not Celine Dion.
You're
What's
right.
going on?
that's a
Maybe like Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, Katy Perry before.
Yeah.
Katy Perry.
Before
2014.
before Perry's Law.
Yeah, Perry's Law. Before 2015, Katy Perry was something else, dude.
You tell me, big boy.
Yeah, but if she DM'd me, dude, I'd be going crazy for her. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, did he DM her?
Like, how else are you gonna get in
Allegedly?
contact? Allegedly got DM'd. Whatever happened, contact was initiated. There's some sources saying that she was youngest 13 when they first started talking, and then she had snuck away from home.
So what you're telling me is this lady's body ended up in the Tesla of this guy's
Wouldn't
car.
even say lady, little girl.
This little girl.
Yeah.
And ended up dead inside his Tesla.
Yeah. And she went missing at 14. So she'd be 15 now. And the media's running with like, oh, she's 15 years old. Like, no, she died when she was 14, but she'd be 15 now.
Man,
that's
heavy.
It's heavy. And it's just, I mean, it's a tale as old as time. Of course, people, once you get famous, you feel like you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's dude, yeah. Have you noticed the last couple of weeks?
There's been some gruesome stuff. The lady dying in the Charlotte bus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, why didn't we? Okay. And then in Dallas, an Indian dude who owns a motel got his head cut off in front of his kids by one of his workers.
Brijesh, are you just going for like the grisly?
I'm
you have
not.
to put a trigger warning before this episode.
We need to, but it's like if you looked at there were multiple shootings that week that Kirk died. There was a school shooting in Colorado. There was what is it? Even in Memphis, there were multiple shootings, but that's not anything new. But then on a lighter note, a government upheaval has happened in Nepal, where the new government was chosen on Discord. Dude.
I tell Brijesh I want to talk about a lighter topic. He talks about a authoritarian dictatorship being toppled by younger people on Discord.
Yes, which was, I mean, if that gives you faith in the younger generation.
I can talk about this, right? They were talking about banning social media in Nepal.
Yeah.
And the Nepalese people rose up and overthrew the parliament, set the parliament building on fire, had like the finance minister in the river in a helmet, were like caning him and whipping him, right?
Dude, it was crazy. Yeah, he was in his underwear, just marching him down the road.
And then they held a national vote on Discord to see who would be the next
then the Discord
president.
Monitor the amount of power you have. Mm-hmm. But biggest thing with that,
it's better than going to the polls in America. I think sometimes where you got someone that's, you're going to take this stick and go into the voting booth, and you're going to bring that out and hand it back to us.
Which we could theoretically do it on our phones now, but it's just the attack angle that you just opened up is ridiculous. If you want to talk about voter fraud before introducing something like that into the system, you're just exponentially going to increase it because no one will be able to, I don't know how safe it is to vote with your phone, but I'm pretty sure someone smart enough could hack it.
Probably not smart. I think there's enough ways to hack or do stuff.
Yeah.
Right now.
So probably stay away from that. But biggest thing with the Nepalese government, or you Nepalese, right? Nepali government, was the military also stood down.
Were you going to hit me with this wouldn't be a problem for Nepal if they had just stayed a part of India?
Yeah, they could. I mean, that couldn't have been a problem.
Are you telling me you'll take them back?
If they want to come back.
You heard it here. If you're from Nepal, sound off. You know anyone from Nepal. Brijesh is saying for Modi, he will take you back.
Yes, we will. If we're going to game this out a little bit, do you really think the Nepalese or Nepali government's going to be run by these kids, or other state actors are coming in like India, China?
I don't know. Someone could easily take it over, and 100%. It becomes like Taiwan East.
It could, or turn into another Libya, because it's like that's cute that you elect
or a Sudan, then it becomes like North and South Nepal.
Because dude, it's like that's awesome that you elect somebody on Discord. China doesn't care. India doesn't care.
Isn't Nepal where the Mount Everest is? Like
I think so.
Himalayas? Like
It's
that's
in
where
the same-
Kathmandu is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then it's like, could you imagine being hiking on Everest and then the whole government is fault that you've got to fly out of the airport
Yeah,
and
that was not on your bingo card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there was a guy that was outside Parliament burning the Nepalese or Nepali Parliament building on fire. He's in a TJ Watt jersey. That was my favorite part about
TJ
this.
what?
TJ Watt.
TJ what?
All right, let's move on to boy bossing too close to the sun. This is where we have done something and flown a little bit too close to the sun, like Icarus.
Yes.
Such as taking your shoes off on a plane and putting your bare feet on there.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
getting something out of the trash can that you didn't mean to throw away and still eating it.
But before that, shouldn't we do an ad read?
We should. You got it.
Oh, you want me to? Okay, I'll go.
You're always ad read number one. I'm ad read number one. We have an agenda, and we've got
sassy with me over here.
I've got 2 ad read number ones on here. That was the joke. Thank you.
Okay, so this goes out for Luke, and Luke was at India Palace, I think, a couple weeks ago.
Shout out
with
our number one sponsor,
his friends too, and one of them, I forgot his name, but he's a really cool dude, bald head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know he doesn't want to be doxxed on the pod.
Yeah, so we won't dox him, but he forgot his glasses at India Palace,
and you saved his glasses.
No, apparently we looked everywhere for his glasses. Sorry, Luke, we could not find his
Oh,
glasses.
you threw them away.
We didn't throw them away, dude.
What would have been good right now is for you to reveal that you still have his glasses.
Put them on real quick.
put 'em
Okay,
on.
but back to your ad read. I'm still looking for his glasses. Back to your ad read. Call WCWS Law Firm today. Our expert attorneys are here to make the process smooth and stress-free with services like settling estates, managing wills, resolving disputes, handling trust, and guiding you through every legal detail. Based right in the heart of Memphis, we're your local probate pros. Reach us at 901-523-1844 or visit WCWSlaw.com now. That's WCWSlaw.com now.
All right.
Okay, so
I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead and hit it.
Boy bossing too close to the sun. My moment was I had a Costco return. For those of you who might have known, I've had several Costco returns that have been what I would call real game changers. They know me at my local Costco.
Oh, he's that guy.
I am someone that has returned a 10-year-old coffee maker to Costco. And they said, sir, this thing is 10 years old. And I said, I know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't get my money's worth. And I got a monstrous $23 refund for a Mr. Coffee that broke.
I mean,
took it
23
back.
value, so that's still pretty
So
awesome.
then I went and put it into a nicer coffee maker. So anyway, they know me at my local Costco. They know me at the return desk. I don't let anything slide. I've returned probably 100 things at Costco. I've only ever once had one successful return.
And tell us about that
That was a vacuum cleaner. I didn't have the original.
Oh, I thought it was
no. The return that I had was I was returning some bed sheets, and I had lost a pair of shorts, and these shorts were the exact same color as the bed sheets. They were like a darker navy blue.
Yeah.
So I go to return these bed sheets, and I don't realize that the shorts that I have are the exact same color inside the bed sheets. And I have a very crappy dryer at my house, so the shorts were not completely dry when I went to put them into this bag that also sat in my car for like 2 or 3 days. So I'm like driving my car around being like, damn.
What is with you and sharing your scent with everybody?
I got to roll down this car window. Like my car stinks. And I was
God.
thinking it was like the rain and my floor mats and like the humidity.
Yeah.
Anyway, these shorts were just mildewing in this bag when these king size sheets. So I go to return them. I don't know this. And the guy goes, well, this isn't a sheet. And he pulls out my shorts and they're like kind of wet still. And then just this smell of
Soggy.
mildew hits the entire returns area of Costco. There's
Yeah.
people in line behind me like, oh my God, what's that smell?
Oh, that one lady.
So
You always
the
see
guy-
that lady.
The guy immediately puts on like gloves up to his elbows and he's like, are all the pillowcases in here? And he can only find 3 of the 4 pillowcases. I was like, it's in there. You just got to keep digging. So finally,
That's exactly what I wanna
finally he
hear.
just gives up and gives me back Costco cash. But I've never been so embarrassed in my life when he pulls out a pair of my shorts.
This is a great advertisement for Costco. Y'all are awesome.
Yeah, customer service beyond.
What do you think they did with first the coffee maker? Do you think they chunked it straight into the trash?
Well, it broke. The glass broke on it, and they were upset that I didn't bring the broken glass in there. That's the only reason they didn't give me a no questions asked return. So then they started quizzing me everything I did with the coffee maker.
yeah.
They thought that I had like the glass pot at my house. And I was just trying to get an extra glass pot and coffee maker.
So in training when you're being, they're all giving you scenario. So you're one of the scenarios in their training session, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That-
Like the Walmart, someone flips you off when you say, "Let me see the receipt." You let them go.
What do you do in this situation? It's a picture of you. With
They returned it, and I spent it, and I bought a brand new pair of sheets.
Dude, that's a shout out to Costco. They, I mean, of course.
Shout out to Costco. Shout out to their manufacturer. You guys need to research the sheets for the 800 thread count. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what's going. This is the second pair of sheets I've had to return for holes from seam slippage.
I thought you were going to say Celine Dion.
No,
she's out of mine, dude. She's
all right. What's your boy Bossin Too Close to the Sun?
So my boy Bossin Too Close to the Sun is 2 weeks ago. We shot a podcast with the person running for mayor right now.
All right.
And oh my God, watching the whole video again was so hard because I would not stop saying yes, sir.
You want me to do an impression?
Yes, sir.
Just say anything.
Hey, so what do you think of this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude, it was.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I mean, first of all, we didn't even know we were having the interview happening.
Well, when we edited the video, we won't get into that. When we edited the video, how many yes sirs did you count?
So I quit counting at 50.
At 50 yes sirs in a video.
And then,
so ever watch someone give a speech and you say or
yeah.
So what happened
Dude, it was so embarrassing because the whole time, even we were game planning, it would be easier. Now, it would have been easier just to do the whole podcast over again, but his schedule is so crazy that it wouldn't have worked out anyways.
Maybe we'll get a follow-up.
Hopefully we will. I think we will.
I think we need a quarterly update.
It would be great. What do y'all think?
We'll let you know. We'll let you know.
But whatever it is on the podcast ended up being great.
Yes, sir.
It's just, he fought through it.
Yes, sir.
I realized like what he was doing was like hitting me on the side of my leg.
I was trying to pinch Brijesh so he quit saying it.
And
I didn't want to interrupt the podcast.
And I was looking at like, am I not letting you talk or something? Like then I watched like why he actually stopped me. So in the future, if you ever see him just like punch me really hard.
We will be stopping the podcast and stopping the filler word.
God, dude, I cannot like, cause there was no
Could
AI.
Be worse. Could be worse.
It could be worse.
The video could have. But,
yeah.
That has been Boy Bossing Too Close to the Sun, brought to you by WCWS Law.
There we go. Thank you, WC. Thank you, Luke. We're giving him a segment. That's all his.
Let's move on to my Roman Empire. I kicked off Boy Bossing Too Close to the Sun. Why don't you tell us your Roman Empire, your thing that sticks in your head that you can't quit thinking about something in history?
So I just thought this was funny. And okay, you know what? Let me take it back.
Yes, sir.
Let me take it back.
Yes, sir.
Let me take it back. Come on, take it back. Take it back.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. We won't do the sounds. you saw you were revving me up.
What's up?
Okay, so
give me the Roman Empire.
Give me a second. I'm going to tell you. Right. So this has to do with POWs, Japanese POWs.
God, man, are you just like trying to depress the audience?
No, I'm not. Okay, so this happened in 1942. And these POWs were being brought back to the United States or being held captive on the ships, like around that area. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest way their propaganda and morale was depleted was the fact that they had burgers. They could not believe
the Japanese
POWs
were blown away by the U.S. amenities on their ship.
Yes, it was to them. It made no sense. Why do you have an ice cream machine? Why do you have mail? Why do you have
ice?
Why do you have any like? Everything on that ship should be geared towards war because that's what the Japanese were accustomed to. They only had simple rice balls. They only had like pickled vegetables, things like that. They didn't have Coke, Sprite, or I don't know if Sprite existed back then. Coke, ice cream,
Tab,
or but that
Chocola.
It was to me the reason I found it first of all,
Pepsi Max, Pepsi Clear.
I found it first of all inspirational, like what America can be, how like generous. Because we've heard horror stories about Americans in POW camps in like Japan and those areas, and how they were.
We weren't too nice to other people's prisoners either. They just don't want to talk about that.
Well, I mean, okay, but this is still like the degree. Okay, you're talking about what, like currently?
Like in World War II, they put a ton of people in internment camps in the U.S.
Well, okay, this was
in California, I believe.
And this is a hot take. This is a very hot take. But for people like back then with their mindset, that's not too bad. It could have been much worse.
I mean, I think they probably were treated better than, say, an internment camp in Europe or an internment camp in Japan.
And I'm just saying, like, when it comes to like how evil we can be and how like different their mindset was, an internment camp, they got off pretty easy. That's just a hot take. I'm not for internment camps of any nature. But
spoken like a true U.S. ally. Yeah. If you had to be in an internment camp, you'd want to be in one in the U.S.
Come on, look at that. You got bunk beds, you got TV. But reason it was inspirational to me was that's what America can be. Even your enemy, you treat them correctly. You treat them with respect. And they were on not a caloric deficit diet, but a caloric surplus diet is what they called it. and they were seeing marked improvements. Like, oh, these guys are eating. Some of them wouldn't even eat or drink Coke just because they thought it was poison. And the second they get a sip of it, it was like complete electricity through their body. They were writing this back to their hometowns.
Little did they know it was electricity through their body, and it was a long-term sugar poison.
It could be, dude. They had cocaine in it back then, right?
I have no idea.
Supposedly, we can look that up later.
Right.
Whatever it was, they would keep they were hold on to bottle caps. They had it as like a currency that they use on the camps. Even the burgers, even the more staunch.
They were blown away. It was like a barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. Even as most staunch prisoners were like, eventually, you can only take so much when you're seeing everybody eat hamburgers. You're eating, like, they're asking you, do you want chocolate or vanilla ice cream? And to like all the prisoners, they were like, we don't get, like, and that's what broke down their propaganda. I think that's what the power of the United States really was, because one of the underlying theme was that, hey, they live a lifestyle very relaxed, very like calm here, and they have great it's what the hamburgers represented was the fact that we had such a great infrastructure to deliver all this food on time. Had so much food gone to waste too. Even that they commented on. It's like, we're wasting like tons of food, but yet like everyone here is eating like kings. You would not expect this back in Japan. And it just kind of showed, it broke any type of propaganda that the emperor back then was telling them, that America's
Hirohito?
evil. Yeah, that, hey, America's evil, America's this. And the treatment that they got when they got back, they were healthier. And then when they showed up, of course, it was just, I'm not advocating for war, but I'm just saying that's the type of decorum and civility I'm talking about, that even your enemies, you have that, like, now things have changed, obviously. Like, you have Abu Ghraib, things like that. Do you know Abu Ghraib?
Yes. We don't have to get into that.
Yeah, we don't have to get to Abu Ghraib. Crazy pictures from there. But, yeah, it's just like what we were, like that fighting force. Our logistical system is what won that war, because you have to think how far Japan is. Like, across the Pacific Ocean, we were able to stage like a two-front war, Japanese and then the Germans in Europe, I guess Italians too, before they switched. But it was, to me, that, I don't know, it's multifaceted. It was a great story to read too, not because like horrific things were happening to them. They weren't used as test subjects or anything like that. They were just held down, just like, not held down physically, but they were just held in a captive area and they were taken care of. When it's like they're shown, and afterward, like, no repercussions, go back to your country. You don't have to, like, and most of them decided to come back to America. Yeah. Like, afterwards too. Like, how many places, if you were a POW in some country, what are the chances of you going and becoming a citizen of that country later on? Like, not high.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's just what America was, like reason, like, our parents, like, even you're an immigrant, like, even your parents, like, the reason they decided to come here was, like, it's the land of opportunity. Even the prisoners of war were shown, like, that, like, level of, like, hey, this is how you're going to be treated. I'm not trying to go, like, all woo-woo, but, like, it's just, I don't know, there's a lot of...
Team America, World Police over here.
America represented abundance to the rest of the world. And even the way we fought this war, like, we didn't have the most high-tech technology.
Now, for my Roman Empire, you want to talk about abundance. I want to talk to you about Canadian gold.
Hit us with that.
Canadian gold. So today, if I look it up, I believe that Canada is the 4th largest producer of gold in the world. However, they have some of the lowest...
Wow.
They have some of the like the Klondike and the California Gold Rush. You never seen like the Alaskan gold miners and stuff. Okay, yeah, there's a lot in like British Columbia and stuff that people mine for. Gold's at an all-time high almost. It's almost hit the all-time high. I think it's like closing out. Silver's up. All precious metals are up because they're thinking that there's going to be a pending recession. Yeah. So I find out that although that they produce a lot of gold, they're not keeping a lot of the gold and they don't have a lot of gold reserves. So I was trying to figure out, where did all their gold go?
And apparently,
apparently in like the 1960s to 2008, they sold a tremendous amount of their gold. And so from the amount of gold that they sold to today, from the calculations that I've got from Grok, our ex-AI assistant, they sold roughly, and now I got to scroll back through all this. So the whole reason I bring it up is the Canadian debt is $1.2 trillion Canadian, or about 0.89 trillion US. So $189 billion Canadian, or excuse me, US.
Okay,
We're stuck in the dodgeball. How are we going to play them in Canadian dollars? 1.2 trillion Canadian equals 0.89 trillion USD.
They only have 0.89 trillion.
Okay.
And they're only wait, one thing. So are you saying
They're only 1.2 trillion Canadian in debt.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but you got to think that that's based on their GDP. That's much higher percentage based on their GDP because they don't have a growing GDP. They have a declining GDP and a declining population.
Okay, so
especially if you take out their immigration.
Okay, well, you look at it like we have $37 trillion in debt, dude. It's
right,
still,
but we make a lot more things. Nothing's made American. We make a lot more things, and we make a lot of GDP.
Okay. All right. But back to your...
So, just so we're clear, for context, they sold 123 billion of Canadian gold. Okay.
Yeah.
During this time, from 1960 to today, if you were to take today's value of all the gold that they sold, that would be the equivalent of the U.S. being able to pay off 10% of its national debt. That's what it means to Canada. That's how much they sold. They sold 10% of their entire country's net worth.
Yeah.
Since 1960 to 2008 in just gold reserves.
Dude, that is mind blowing.
Right. So like if the US was to pay that off, and I looked up what is 10% of 37 trillion, we are talking that the US would pay off $3 trillion of its debt.
Jesus.
Right. So they sold a tenth of their debt previously from 1960 to 2025 in today's gold value.
Okay, well that's okay. First things first. Yeah, I mean, of course, there's we produce a lot more GDP, or we produce a lot more things that we export around the world, but still 37 trillion to 1.2 trillion. That's crazy. And then on top of that, they could have known that gold would be so useful in so many different things. Right now, I think gold is primarily used in like microchips, technology, things like that.
You have primary demand for gold that's like currency and like bullion and reserves and stuff like that. Then you have gold that's got to be in almost every electronic device too. Like if you take RAM out of a computer, it's got gold in it, or it's in cell phones. It ranks 4th in gold producing nations in the world.
That is crazy.
It's just behind China, Russia, and Australia, and ahead of the U.S.
Yeah, I think, you would think a lot of gold would come from Africa too. Mansa Musa. But I guess not. I guess he already like pillaged all the gold out of there. But whatever it is, that's a crazy fact to think about. You think they're kicking themselves right now in the Canadian government?
Yeah, and then I asked, I would be. I mean, think about it. You kind of sold 10% of your birthright. Yeah. Like, that's just nuts. Like, how bad would you feel if 10% of your family's debt right now could be paid off from a restaurant that you previously sold?
Dude, now to like think about it, especially with the policies that they have in Canada right now, it is not very conducive to like a happy lifestyle.
Conducive is a good word, almost like circumnavigate.
Yes, I've been working on my vocabulary ever since the Yes Sir incident.
So they only have 6.7% of the world's current gold, even though they're the fourth largest. They only have 6.7% of the reserves of gold, even though they're the 4th largest gold producer. So if they just produce it and held on to it, it seems like that would be better.
Yeah, dude, that sucks.
They started getting rid of it right when the U.S. same time got rid of the gold standard because they didn't want the fluctuation of the currencies. And they have you would think that would help them with their national housing crisis they have now, that it's extremely hard to buy a house in Canada. It's harder than it is to buy a house in America, and you know how hard it is to buy a house in America.
Do you think it was like Canadians' choice to sell that much gold? Because if we're getting off the gold standard, and on top, like, I'm not saying we big brother Canada all the time, but it's just to think about.
That's a theory. I tried to look up why Canada sold all their gold, or like the majority of their gold, and I couldn't really find a good reason. It said it was like kind of like the U.S. was getting off the gold standard, so they didn't think it was going to be something to look forward to in the future. But I just think that's something to think about, is the 4th largest gold producer is not even in the top 10 gold reserves in the world.
That is crazy. And it's like, where's all that gold going? Like, there's so many questions you could ask. And like, once it leaves your country, it's out. You're not.
Where is all this Canadian gold?
I wonder how much Argentina has gold-wise.
Chat, if you have Canadian gold, you can send it to us. Just DM us.
Yes. P.O. Box, blah, 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 blah.
You have to send us a picture of the gold and weigh it out, so that way we know you're not just doxing us.
Yep. Okay, so that's a really interesting fact. Okay.
Thank you.
So what about your ad read? What do we got?
I'm going to now read my ad read.
Hit us with your ad read.
That has been my Roman Empire, brought to you by Keller Williams' own Vincent Smith. Tired of the endless house hunts? Vincent delivers a one-of-a-kind home buying experience with insider expertise, tailored guidance. No cookie-cutter solutions here. Vince crafts deals to fit your budget and your vibe, from cozy starter homes to forever homes. He's your key to stress-free home ownership. Steal the keys, give him a future dial, and hit him up today for your free buyer consultation. Don't wait. Hot listings vanish fast. Let Vincent Smith _ Mid-South Realtors on Instagram turn your home dreams into reality. 901-240-8274.
Thank you, Vincent. We appreciate you.
All right, we're running a contest.
Okay, so let's not butcher this because, only one take. Here we go. So we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, 1,000 followers on TikTok, 2,000 on Instagram, and we're going to run a lottery. So whichever one of these social media platforms that we hit our goal on first, we're going to start selecting in between, whatever.
We are going to print out those names. We're going to cut them. We might even put it in a randomizer. We might even put it on a wheel and spin it, chat.
It depends on how many followers
2,000 names on a wheel would be intense.
And so this means if you follow us on YouTube, if you follow us on Instagram, if you follow us on TikTok, that means you can enter 3 times.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy a wheel, and we're going to put the names of the first, 32, 16 people that we find on the wheel. We're going to spin it live on Instagram Live or on TikTok Live or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we're going to show that the contest has been fair.
There we go. We'll do it real time, because we're not fake people. We're truth tellers. That's what we are.
And what do they get if they win?
So if you win, you're going to get a dinner with us on the Bass Pro, on top of the Bass Pro Pyramid.
On top of the pyramid.
If you can't make it to that, we'll FaceTime you. We'll have a Zoom meeting with you or Zoom call, whatever you call it. And then
Rendezvous ribs.
And
we will FedEx them to you.
And we will FedEx them to you. We love you. What's the guy's name?
We love you, chat.
We love you, chat. But okay. So running a contest, whoever wins, we're going to take you to the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. If you can't make it to that, we'll Zoom call you and send you a rack of rendezvous ribs. And whoever our lucky contestant is, we'll have them on the podcast too if you want to do it with us.
Yeah, if you want to do a podcast.
Yeah, so subscribe, follow us on all our social media platforms.
You need to follow on all 3. You get 3 chances to win.
Exactly.
3 free entries: TikTok, Instagram,
YouTube.
Yes. Ring that bell.
There we go. So again, let me just clarify for the 3rd time. Follow us on our Instagram, follow us on our TikTok, follow us on YouTube. Enter a chance to win a dinner with us on the Bass Pro Pyramid.
Or a rack of rendezvous ribs with a free podcast guest appearance.
There we go. And free podcast guest experience.
We're going to move into 6.
How quickly did I butchered that?
You did great. That was great.
Right. Yeah, right. Whatever.
All right. We're going to move into 6 big beers. This is 6 reasons that someone needs a beer this week that's having a bad week. Someone that's having a no good, awful, positively, absolutely bad week.
He's not having a bad week, but I have somebody I want to talk about.
All right, you want me to go or you want to go?
Here, you hit us.
All right, I'm going to go with Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is the head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels, or whatever they're calling themselves, Black Bears, Land Sharks, something like that. So he is the head coach at Ole Miss SEC football, and this week, on the week that he's playing LSU, his daughter hard launched that she's dating someone on the LSU football team, a middle linebacker.
That's gotta suck.
Well, he said he already knew about it, and he said, so the question is, is that good for them or bad for them? Because she is going to distract him, that's the football player, but then the dad might also be distracted. But then it's also like your opponent is with your daughter.
So I need pictures.
Okay, well, you can look them up.
I'll look them up. I'll look them up later.
I think you'll get it from my 6 big beers for Lane Kiffin.
Gotcha.
All right. So this is number 6 reason that Lane Kiffin needs a beer. The Lane train rolled out of the station like a couch fire in Knoxville, Tennessee. All right, I need to restart this. Hold on. I
can't read on fucking writing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
This is 6 big reasons that Lane Kiffin needs a beer this week. The Lane train rolled out of the station like a couch fire in Knoxville. May the Tennessee Vols have mercy on your soul this week. That's the reason he needs a beer.
I like that. I like that.
Number 5. Lane is still thinking about what could have been with the Raiders if he was actually a good coach. He got bounced out of the NFL. He wasn't a very good NFL coach. These are going to get better. You won't get some of these jokes, but trust me, the crowd will love them.
That's all that matters.
Number 4. Lane got back with his wife like he was trying to run prevent defense up 14.
I like that.
You have no idea what that means.
Yeah, that's what I said. I like that one. Keep going.
Number 3 reason that Lane needs a beer. Lane's like the grandfather in Talladega Nights. The only good thing he ever did, like him and Uncle Chip, was make a good-looking daughter.
I like that one.
All right.
I like that one.
Number 2. Lane will leave you like a dad who went to the store to buy milk, so good luck, Ole Miss.
There we go. Okay.
He's a big job hopper. He goes to the next job. More power to him. He makes a ton of money.
Yeah,
the number one reason that Lane Kiffin needs a beer this week was because an Ole Miss student with another crisis actor mental health situation has entered the transfer portal.
There we go. I like that one. Good job.
All right. So for those of you who don't know, someone secretly recorded a meeting with Lane Kiffin and said that he was having a mental health crisis, and that's why he hadn't been to practice in a while. And Lane was like, at any other job, you'd be fired. So you're getting fired.
Okay, time out. Lane was the one who said he's having a mental health crisis?
No, a player said that he was a mental health crisis, and he had not been showing up to mandatory meetings or events. And Lane said, well, you're not on the team anymore.
There's no way that flies on a football team.
Right. Yeah, that's what he said. But the guy secretly recorded him, too.
That is such trash behavior.
Yeah, trying to get him fired.
That is such trash behavior.
Anyway.
That's really messed up. Who do we know?
You like the Talladega Nights one.
Okay, that's crazy.
Right?
That is very crazy.
You like the Talladega Nights joke?
Yeah, I do.
Grandpa Chip?
I like it. Grandpa Chip.
Throwing your war medals off the bridge.
The only thing I made was you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to be looking this up immediately once this podcast is done. What the person looks like, who the person is that accused him.
Bonk alert. Bonk alert.
Right, here we go.
All right.
So I'll be talking about David Lucas. So if you don't know, he is a premier comedian from Austin.
I don't know this guy.
Don't worry, dude. Nobody needs to. Nobody needs to know this guy.
All right, David Lucas.
He's about 300 pounds.
Are you going to tag him?
Yeah, I'll tag him. 100% I'll tag him. Dude's not funny. He goes on Kill Tony. He does the rounds. This is, so I'm not using Joe Rogan as a barometer, but any quote unquote funny comedian has been on a show. And he's in the orbit of Joe Rogan. So it's kind of crazy that every single week you're having these people come on the show.
Has he been on Rogan?
Not at all.
Okay.
Because he's seriously unfunny. He was on Matan. Apparently he freaked out. He was digging in his butt, making people smell his fingers.
Quit digging in your butt, twin.
Yeah, exactly. All right. That's where he comes from.
All right, let's kick it off.
Okay, so let me kick it off. We're going to start with 6 big
And what's this guy's name again?
David Lucas.
The number 6 reason that David Lucas needs a beer.
Watching a David Lucas set is like watching somebody try to freestyle while rebooting their Wi-Fi long pauses, random loading screens, and you never really know when it's back online.
All right.
Yeah. David tells a punchline the way grandma sends a text 5 minutes late and mostly emojis you have to decode.
All right.
Beer number...
These have not been good.
Okay, God. Dude, God. Okay, beer number 4. His set has more filler than a Taco Bell burrito. At some point, you're just chewing through vibes.
All right, that one's pretty good. Yeah, that was good.
Okay, beer number 3. David's crowd work is basically yelling "you ugly" with different seasoning. Bro, that's not a closer. That's a spam email.
Okay, that one was pretty good.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I don't think that was beer number 5, though. Which one was that?
Beer number, this is beer number 2.
Beer number 2.
Every David Lucas joke feels like it's written by a group chat that got drunk and forgot to proofread.
That's funny because I get it, but not haha funny.
God.
All right.
Okay,
beer number 1.
People call him a roast comic, but half the time it sounds like he's just reading Yelp reviews off of the audience out loud. Okay, you know what? We'll
redo that.
We'll redo that.
3?
No. Well, that's fine. I got 6 better jokes.
Okay.
I got 6.
No, just do your best joke.
Okay. Beer number 1. Watching a David Lucas set is like waiting on a bus that's already late. Every time you think the punchline's coming, another red light hits.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Oh, I got more.
No, we're done. You only get 6. That's why it's 6 big beers.
I really don't
it's
like
not
this guy.
12 big beers. It's not 18 big beers. It's 6 big beers.
Dude, if you saw this guy's size, you would know.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe you should have said something like, David Lucas no longer allowed in Austin, Texas because they don't make double wide doors everywhere he goes. Okay, I got fat jokes for days. Trust me, I heard them my whole life.
Dude, I got one. David has the body of a bouncer and the metabolism of a poet. All vibes, no calories burned.
Why did you not say that one? That one's much funnier. We're done. We're done with 6 big beers.
Okay, you sure I got one?
Yes, we're going to move into your 2 new segments.
Okay. You know what? I should be excited for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so our first new segment we're doing is Real Facts with Real Guys. Mm-hmm. So my first funny fact is, where do you think chicken tikka masala comes from?
I have no idea.
So it was invented in the UK.
Okay.
And it's the national dish of the UK.
Okay.
I just thought it was funny because here I am peddling chicken tikka masala, thinking it's Indian made, and then you just find out
so it's like French fries. It's got nothing to do with France.
It's got nothing to do with France, but it goes to show the food is so good, and the whole community just adopted it and took it in. Because your first introduction to Indian food, you're obviously going to get butter chicken tikka masala, something good, or whatever. Like, not that other dishes aren't good, but it's one of those so well-known dishes that everybody around the world knows what a chicken tikka masala is. And it just blew my mind that the UK, that's where it was invented. And that's the national dish of the UK.
So now I'm supposed to say a fact that not a lot.
You don't have to worry about it. We can go into my
this segment's called Real Guys with Real Facts.
No, Real Facts with Real Guys.
Real Facts with Real
Real
guys.
Guy, Real Facts.
Why don't we just make it Real Guy Facts?
Real Guy Facts.
God bless.
Real Facts and Real Guys.
No, Real Guy Facts.
We'll do that. Hey, we're brainstorming right now and tell us if we should keep the segment or not.
Yeah. I guess my Real Guy Fact would have to be that a shake at McDonald's has no actual milk in it.
Really? What?
That's why they call them shakes. They're not milkshakes at McDonald's. They are shakes.
So what is that? Like ice? Just ice?
No, it's like flavoring that makes you think that it tastes like milk. So, I don't want to get too much into it. I don't want to get sued. This is all, I'm just stating this. Like, if you watch The Founder with Ray Kroc, who's played by Michael Keaton, the freezer costs so much that they get InstaShake mix to mix in there. So, it's really just like an icy, kind of synthetic milk taste.
Oh, that's wild.
Right.
That's gross.
So,
but they're discontinued now anyways, right? So
what?
Shakes?
I don't think so. I think they just got rid of their ice cream machine maker. Because there was an issue with the ice cream machine where, the ice cream machine, it was paying more for them to maintenance them than it was for them to be operational. You ever show up, it's like, the ice cream machine is broken.
Yeah, and there's a dude who has a app that tracks all the broken ice cream machines all across the state or whatever state you're in. Mm-hmm. And I don't even think it's a conspiracy now, but you said it. The reason that the maintenance is too much, you have to clean it 2 to 3 times a day.
I've got another real guy, real fact.
Oh, see, he's getting into it.
A big issue in America, which I had a huge debate with a family member because they did not believe this is real. There are secret Chinese police stations in America where they round up Chinese nationals if they act bad on American soil.
Not surprised.
Not sure what goes on there. Just they have these stations. The U.S. government is aware of them, and they're underground kind of Cold War stuff going on in them.
Usually, and this sounds not
like you criticize Xi Jinping in America, they round you up, take you to this police station.
And okay, not even sound offensive, but they're in Chinatowns, and there's Chinatowns all across.
Right, exactly. Or an Asian community, and so it would be very inconspicuous for there to be a group meeting in there.
It would be, and it's either you're gambling or you're getting interrogated.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, dude, no, that's crazy. I didn't. Well, I mean, if we were to talk segue into that, this just broke, not just maybe a day or two ago, but in New York, there are apparently apartment buildings that have these server farms.
He told me about this before the podcast. This blew my mind.
So these are server farms. They've collected over 100,000 different eSIMs, and basically what this server farm was capable of doing is, say something happens, this can be activated remotely. So it could be a foreign state. Whoever it is, it's a very capable state to be able to do this. I'll tell you who I think it is in the end.
All right.
But the capacity of server farms, you can basically bog down emergency services. you can send over 30 million texts anonymously in under a minute.
Well, it's a denial of service attack, right?
Yes.
There's so much capacity in the telecommunications that if you were to turn 100,000 phones online where they weren't expected to be, it will overload the cell towers.
Yep.
And you can't get anything out.
The same thing that happens when we go to concerts.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just, that's crazy thing. Like, this is just a one apartment complex that they found it in. Who knows if it's not across all of the United States. And on top of that, there's only a couple of countries that are even capable of doing this. China, Germany, Russia, India, Israel. And you can guess which one I'm going to pick. But it's just India. But it's just crazy to think that foreign actors were allowed to, like, how do you collect 100,000 eSIMs in the first place?
It wouldn't be too shocking for it to be a U.S. adversary. It wouldn't even be shocking for it to be a U.S. ally because we've been caught spying on our own allies.
Yeah, but at this level of magnitude, it's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Because
basically, it's just like if there was a terrorist attack, turning off everyone's cell phone.
especially in a congested area like New York, and this is about 35 miles away from the UN too. Mm-hmm. So just to think if something happened, if anything, this is I don't know what the what acts of war are considered, but this could technically be considered an act of war.
A cyber attack is now considered an act of war.
Yeah,
so they changed it like in 2016, 17.
Because you can think about it. I mean, 9/11 when that happened. Imagine if something like this, a foreign state decided to like jam up all telecommunication in the area. Not only do you have deaths, immediate deaths, but then you don't have first responders being able to go and assist people that are injured.
Very scary.
It is scary, and we just live in. I want to be optimistic about the future.
Do you think we just live in a real episode of 24 where there's like a Jack Bauer out there constantly saving our asses?
Dude, I don't want to think that, but sometimes it feels like that.
All right.
I decided not to do our last segment because I wasn't prepared for the prediction, but it'll be swirling around in my mind. Just to
so look
come
for
up
a
with
new
something
segment
funny.
next week.
There we go. Tune in. So this has been our episode 26.
26. 30 will be Ancient Aliens 2.
Get ready. And okay, so we're still running that contest on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us, get a chance to win a dinner, chance to be on our podcast, or a chance to get a rendezvous ribs. But yeah, follow us. We're running that lottery. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok,
Spotify, Apple Podcast,
Rumble, YouTube. Are we missing anything? Okay, well, that's been episode 26. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, Lucky Lotus FM.
Bye. That was good.
All right. It's going to be a lot of editing.